There are more podcasts on YouTube than there are stars in the night sky. Everyone has been convinced that they're a unique, special little butterfly and that their insight is invaluable. And now that there's so much easy access to recording equipment, everyone gets this insidious little idea planted deep in their noodle that it's time to start a podcast. And my God, I tell you, it's a plague. It's a disease, a virus that's infecting the mind of the most insecure and insufferable people of all time. For some reason, once that AT 2020 touches their hand, they just scream their insecurity from the mountaintop with authority, proudly. And it blows my mind. But I've never seen insecurity projected quite like what I'm about to show you today. So I am still shocked that he hasn't scrubbed this podcast episode from the entire cyberspace, just wiped it from the internet. Like, if this was a clip of mine, I would have paid every penny I have to my name in order to ensure this never sees the light of day again, that this clip stays buried, like the fucking Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh! It is that embarrassing. Like, you couldn't lock me up in Guantanamo Bay and torture this clip out of me, and yet he still has it on his channel. So the podcast is like a bootleg Fresh and Fit, where they just get a bunch of women together and ask them stupid questions and then rate each other's beauty. And then he gets really offended, like visibly upset, and I really thought he was going to start bawling his eyes out, crying in the fetal position. And I've watched a couple of their episodes now because I was curious if this was like an isolated thing. But no, this is pretty common. This is like a staple in their show from what I can tell, where they just have this section where they ask the women that they bring on to rate their beauty, the rate the podcast host's beauty.
Listen, ladies, we're rating just off physical appearance, just off beauty, okay? Same standards. Trust me, we're not going to get hurt, okay?
That's the biggest lie ever told since the time Kellogg's tried to convince the world that sugar doesn't make you fat. So, the segment is Rate Our Appearance, basically, which is some actual middle school, literal baby brain man-child behavior shit. That is insecurity at its finest, to have the women you bring on as guests rate your appearance. That's so stupid. I'm surprised they don't also play Spin the Bottle and Truth or Dare. And maybe they do, I've only watched a couple of their episodes, but he says that they're not going to get offended with the ratings. Well, do I have news for you?
All right, cool.
Stop being delusional.
What the fuck?
All right, so now what I want you to do is, ladies, real quick, don't fucking waste my time. Rate the guys. Do me a favor, Josh. Stand up real quick, man. Everybody look at him once, man. He's not going to stand up again, all right? So I want you to rate me, my co-host, and then our fucking producer. Go, from 1 to 10, just off beauty. Go.
When he does these sections, it really seems like he's some kind of basketball coach who's really upset at the team. Like, he gets very aggressive with all of it. Like, don't waste my fucking time. Listen, we're going to do the drill right now. We're going to do it right. So stand the fuck up, Josh. Look at him. Now spin around, Josh. Okay, good. Drop your pants, Josh. Good. Now rate everything you just saw. Now, don't waste my time. Like, I don't know why he gets, like, so upset even before they hear ratings. Like, he immediately goes into these sections combative. I watched the whole episode up until this point. Like, he's pretty blunt and like very much so most of the time. But when it gets to this one in particular, he's like angry. Like, even before anything happens, he's already angry.
Speak into the fucking mic.
I would rate you.
First, you're rating me, and then him, and then him. Go.
I'll rate you a 7.
All right. What is he?
I'll rate you an 8,
All right.
and I'll rate Josh an 8 also.
Okay. What about you? Go.
I would rate you a 8,
Okay.
9.
Okay. Come on, he just fucking stood up, bro. Like, come on.
I don't even know what he's getting upset with here. She only took like an extra 2 seconds to take another look at the guy. It's like he just lost a gold split in a speed run to this extra 2-second time loss. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why he's so on edge. It seems like he just really hates the guests that they bring on. Because when he's talking to his boys, he's like much more jovial and joking and smiley. But the second the conversation shifts to the rest of the class here, like the group of women over there, he turns into like a drill sergeant and starts getting extremely serious and loud. So I don't know why they even bring on women to this podcast when they don't even really want them there. And I also don't know why women keep agreeing to go on shows like these, because half the time it's them just like saying, you're not good looking and shit like that. Like, right after this rating section of rating the podcast hosts go through and rate all the women. And they literally give them 2s, 3s, and 4s. And make sure that they know that the hosts don't find them attractive. So I don't really get why women keep signing up for this shit just to get insulted by podcast hosts, and they don't say anything or do anything. Like, the women will insult each other sometimes. Like, they don't ever push back against the hosts at all, so then they just walk away looking silly from all of it. Like, all of it is just a net loss for the women that go on these shows. I don't know why they keep doing it.
I would say 9.
All right. What about you over there? Go.
2.
Okay.
I would give him a 9.
Okay. What is she over there?
I would give him a 10 because
Okay.
he invited me.
All right. So again, you sound like a stupid ass bitch. I'm trying
Thank
to figure
you.
out why you rated me a 2 because we're not going off our interactions. We're going off beauty.
I don't
Right.
like
I don't give a fuck. He's light skinned just like me. And you just gave him a 9. You gave me a 2. You only gave me a 2 because of the whole interaction that we've been having, right? So do me a favor, get the fuck up and get the fuck out.
Thank you.
Yeah, get out.
Spoken like a man whose feelings weren't hurt at all and wasn't offended by the 2 rating. So he tries to justify it with, you only rated me a 2 because we had a disagreement earlier, which I guess they did, but even still, this is an extreme overreaction to getting rated a 2. The insecurity is palpable. You can fucking taste the salt here.
So what the fuck?
Stupid ass bitch. Make sure she gets her bag and phone too. Make sure she doesn't take the wrong fucking phone, dummy. All right, cool. So now, again,
You can actually hear that lump in his throat start to form from all the emotion building up inside of him. Get out of here, stupid bitch. Hey, make sure she grabs the right phone and not someone else's phone because she's so dumb she probably won't know which one's her phone. Dumb idiot. She's real stupid. You're stupid. I'm a 2. No, you're a 2. Unsurprisingly, this turned their own community against them for the episode. A lot of the chat messages pop up on screen, so you're just seeing things popping up saying like, damn, just because she gave you a 2, what the fuck? Or something like this where it's like, thought you wanted your show to last. Like, come on, man. It's because it's ridiculous. It's very clear temper tantrum over getting a 2. If you were someone that was actually getting pussy, if you were really slamming ham and glazing donuts, you wouldn't care if one girl didn't find you attractive or rejected you. You wouldn't care. You would laugh it off like a normal person. So one girl gives you a 2 and it shatters your whole ego and you publicly melt down about it? That's such a bad and embarrassing look. And he tries to justify it, like I said, by saying, she only gave me that 2 because of our negative interaction from moments ago. Just pure huffing of copium.
we're just going off physical beauty, okay? Not what we've been talking about, not my fucking arguments, not on none of that, okay? I want you to rate me, him, and then him. Go.
Can you stand up for a second?
You didn't see me before the show?
Yeah, but I just forgot.
I mean,
Just stand. It's not that hard. Okay. You're an 8.
God damn it, bro. Go ahead, rate him.
Podcast is now turned into like a hostage situation here. All the women seem on edge, and I actually just can't believe they didn't leave after that. Like, again, I don't understand why women keep signing up for this shit. Like, no one seems to be having any fun there. The hosts especially don't seem to be having any fun. This guy's co-host seems miserable, but he does liven up a little bit when he gets to rate the other women and gives them like 3s, 4s, and 5s and all that. But it's just so awkward and weird. The only explanation that I can come up with, the only rational way of explaining this, is that the reason women are signing up for this show or shows like it is because they're being paid for their time. So it's like an hourly wage just to go there and be insulted or bouncing stupid questions off of. That's the only thing that almost makes sense. Like, so they just come on here to play a game of grade my friend's appearance for 2.5 hours or whatever. I mean, really, someone summed up the situation really nicely in the comments. They said, podcast is called Unfiltered, yet kicks a girl out for her opinion. And that is just such a nice, concise way of breaking it down and the silliness of all of it. Again, I watched a couple episodes just to try and get like an understanding of the content. There's nothing there. Everyone seems miserable most of the time, or they bounce the dumbest questions around, and they always just do a grade our appearance thing, which, who wants to listen or watch that? Like, I as a viewer, let's say that I was a huge fan of this podcast, why would I want to keep seeing what women say about my podcast hosts? Like, why would I care? There's nothing there. There's no entertainment there, especially when one of them's super insecure about all of it, who's going to freak out if he doesn't get a 9. It just doesn't make any sense to me, so yeah, just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya. Sigma male versus alpha male. What is a sigma male? Why sigma males are more attractive than alpha male. Alpha male versus sigma male.
Difference between alpha and sigma male. Hello guys, welcome back to Alpha
This
Show,
guy does
a
not
channel
sound
that
like
will
an alpha
completely
male.
change your life. And
This guy sounds like an
person you
accountant.
Always wanted. Alpha men don't need much stimulation when they are in a group before they can be
Who
active.
actually
This
like
isn't
learns
sigma
from this
men who
and believes
naturally
it?
require extra stimulation. They take orders.
Right.
They're generally mediocre and are low in the dominance hierarchy.
Of course.
Also, they don't get many women. Then there are
Obviously.
the alpha males who are in the top 20%.
Yeah, the
They are the ones
gamers.
who give orders. They often get very many women, but
Too
there is a
many
third
women,
type
I'd
of man
argue.
that many don't know
Need
about.
2 dicks as
They
an
are
alpha
the
male.
Sigma males, and some alpha male traits. Courage. An alpha male is not without
It really
fear.
must be tough
Nobody is
being a,
fearless,
like a
actually.
young man
We all
growing
have
up with the
fears and
internet, getting fed
insecurities that
shit
are not
like this.
controllable, but the alpha male can push on in a specific direction despite his fears.
But at least it
He may
gives
be
you plenty of
scared that
things
his
to
new
blame,
business
like,
will
damn, I
fail,
can't help
but
it, I was
that
born
won't
a Sigma
deter him
male.
from trying. He
Damn
may be
you,
afraid
dad's
that the pretty
nutsack.
receptionist will turn. He won't
The
have a
resub league.
meltdown.
Okay, well that's pretty boring. Why is this called Alpha Show? This guy definitely falls into the Sigma male category, I would argue. How to be a beast in bed, 18 proven steps. I'm gonna go out on a limb, I don't know him personally, but I don't think he's followed any of the steps.
A channel that will completely change your life from negative to positive.
Finally,
And
an
the
alpha
person
male
you always
representation.
wanted to be. After this video, you will learn practical
Looks like the kind of
steps
guy
on
that
how
the
to
football
turn
team
any
would pay to
girl
do their homework.
crazy in bed. More to do with how you, as a guy, approach sex, rather than doing something extraordinary.
You gotta treat it like a
that you
chess
must have
match.
seen in a porn movie
Gotta scholars
or
mate her
read on a
pussy.
blog.
They love
More
that.
so, you don't need to what
Thanks
porn
to Tier
does
1
to your
Grease
brain
and the
to
Resub
learn the
Mountain Man.
negative
So to be a
impact that
beast in bed, you have
pornography
to
has
stop
on our
watching porn.
well-being and brain.
That's
Porn
step
doesn't
1,
usually
yeah, but there's
teach
18
you
steps.
how to
Oh,
satisfy a girl in
18.
bed and how to enjoy sex.
Yeah, I
It
just got to the
merely
first
has an
one.
effect that how it sets you behind in being the best version
Well,
of
this is just
yourself.
good advice in general,
Drugs
not about being a
include
beast in
addictive
bed, just no
substances like
drugs.
coffee, significant amounts of
What's he
sugar,
gonna say next? Eat your
marijuana,
vegetables?
alcohol, but the evil it does are more psychological, and it's
Evil?
affecting many men today. Masturbation depletes your
Evil,
resources,
huh?
as I've explained in my no-fap
Step
challenge
4 is gonna
video
be
series.
accept the Lord as your
Number
Oh, a
four,
God.
no-fap
the belief that women
challenge.
aren't as sexual as men. There is still a dominant belief that women don't enjoy sex as men do, or that they
That's
don't
not
want
true.
sex frequently. That's falsity.
See,
When
you're
you
now
learn to
corroborating
sexually
his
open up to your girl,
bulletproof
then you will be amazed at the
18
depths of
steps.
voraciousness of her. Similarly, adjust your speed as you go about ravaging her.
This guy
Try
is
to make
definitely
the
getting a
rhythm
semi-chub
irregular to
making
find
this.
out what arouses her more. Things.
How are you
For
supposed to be
instance, even if you
explorative
two are not
if
close to
you
the
can't watch
beach,
porn?
ask her to wear sexy
Get
beachwear,
ideas.
including
Because you can
swimsuits
watch
and
a Alpha
bikinis.
Show.
You can explore
watch
many
YouTube?
options.
Yep.
If you guys have
He's
always
gonna
been into
teach you
gentle
all you need to
lovemaking,
know.
Try the rough.
Ah.
Number 14, appreciate her with generous praise. Everyone
You
probably
look beautiful
has some
this
kind
morning.
of
High
insecurity or
fives.
hang up about their body.
Doing great.
Good
Simply
wetness.
human nature, or at least, and will help you last longer in bed. Which method do you
Well,
think is
I've become a
proven
beast
most
now.
effective for you? And just before I
Now I've done it.
We shall be beasts in bed
Yep.
after marriage.
Thanks to the lessons learned here today. How to
There
make
you
a
go,
girl
make her
horny.
wet.
How to make a girl instantly horny. How to make any girl wet and horny. Oh, this is just a more improved version of this. Why have this without the wet? How to become Sigma male, rarest male type.
It's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
You first have to make her want to fuck you. Is that correct?
No,
Of course
no,
it
no,
is,
no, no.
Which is why today I want
That
to
never
give you a
works.
few treats. Number 1, let her know you want to fuck her. A lot of men
Oh, that's
simply
easy.
think that they need to be sneaky
Hello,
about their
ma'am. I am
intentions
approaching
or
you
they'll
with
scare
fuck
the girl off.
intentions.
But attempting to
Do you
trick her
reciprocate?
into or on her shoulder while you are out in public is a subtle but assertive non-verbal
okay.
way of letting her know
How about
your
just a
plan of
spank on the
luring her
cheeks
into
and tell her
bed.
good game?
Number 2, for a few seconds, start to caress her teeth with one hand and work the other slowly on.
Did I miss a step, or are we doing this to a stranger? Hold on, let me just double check. I'm not trying to catch a charge.
Source, but oftentimes the problem is that she's simply too insecure about her body.
Ah, yes, that's the only reason she doesn't want to
Things about
fuck
her
you.
appearance is the perfect way to help her let
God, if
go
only I
of
could
all those
fuck
silly
this Redditor.
inhibitions that are
But I'm
keeping
just
her
too
from
insecure.
getting
It's
truly
too good for
old.
me.
But and the way you carry yourself
Mhm.
for the hours or minutes leading
You
up
too
to
can be a
sex
superhero.
make or break your chances
All you
of
need to
getting
do is
show her
hypnotize
how
women
hard
or
you can
something.
make a girl. But I'll give you some time to try this
That was
set of
nuts.
tips.
I feel too strong now. There's not gonna be any women left in the world. Good God. Well, I've learned a lot. Alright, maybe time to switch to another channel, but I always love this rabbit hole of, like, the alpha males on YouTube, led by the furthest thing from alpha males. Keep in mind, alpha male is a thing that doesn't exist. It's just dumb fucking garbage. I read books for at least 15 minutes per day for 30 days. Whoa, wait a minute, whoa, Jesus. What? He's uncaged. Bad drivers of South Carolina? Yeah, in a minute, hold on. I'm enjoying the rabbit hole, but I want to change the channel. I want to stay in this rabbit hole of alpha male pickup artists and shit like that. Quite a few things came up from typing in sigma versus alpha male. So this is why sigma males are more attractive than alphas. There's like a video essay on that topic. Sounds like dog shit. I don't really care to watch a video diary on it. Sigma spirit. How to tell if you're truly sigma. What does that mean? Am I sigma?
Welcome to Sigma Spirit.
Hey man.
This is Alex, aka Alejandro,
Hey man.
aka Maxwell Bridgewater.
Was that your
AKA
like
Sigma
GT
Spirit.
RP
Welcome to
character?
the Sigma Spirit channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about alphas versus sigmas. It goes back to that old cliche about comparing apples and oranges. You can't really compare sigma males and alpha males.
Why?
In many ways, alpha males are polar opposites to sigma males.
Uh-oh.
But not always. You see,
Wouldn't that be a beta male
sigma
though?
males
Oh, God.
are never truly in contention with alpha
So
males.
confusing.
Would very, very rarely ever take an MMA match. That said, alphas are different from sigma males. But in
Let's
more
skip.
ways than one. Sigma males are self-reliant.
Okay.
They don't need us because there's a system around them.
I bet this guy shits on astrology, like the people that believe in zodiac signs, and then goes around preaching about sigma males and the signs you're a sigma male and your sigma male horoscope. But it's not hurting anyone. But I do think it's sad if someone watches that and then starts to like believe the whole sigma, alpha, omega, beta male shit. Wow, YouTube read me like a book. All I typed in was how to be, and the first thing is alpha male, and the second is alpha. Damn, they're on it right now. How alpha males act. Bye. God, that's cool. Holy fuck.
I get a lot of hate for talking about alpha males so much, but let's face it. Men who can project the vibe of an alpha are incredibly desirable. There's no way around this. Most people, when they hear the word alpha, tend to think of some perfectly sculpted, almost godlike human being that has no flaws and never does anything.
Oh my God, he drew
This is
me.
actually far from the truth of how alpha males really are.
Oh, it's
in the
so
real world.
sweet.
And despite what you might have been told, alpha males are not
Oh, it
simply
came out of
confident
nowhere.
in every situation that they encounter. And there are many times where they are actually less than alpha. But
Fuck
instead of
yeah.
pretending that they don't have
Never
any
mind.
flaws, alpha
The
males
video's
actually
right.
acknowledge these
Give
flaws,
that a
which
like.
is what makes. Now, the truth is that a lot of guys have some issues with confidence and self-esteem, especially in certain situations. And one of the greatest fears that many of us have,
Boo, look
especially
at
as
this
it pertains
guy.
to dating, is a
Not
girl finding out about
alpha.
these flaws.
Not
True alphas
alpha.
can acknowledge their flaws, especially
He'll
for
never get
girls,
with her.
and this
Look at
is
those
precisely
titties.
what makes them alpha.
Those are
Undesirable
alpha
men are
milkers,
those who
not
constantly
beta.
try to hide their weakness, but our fears in pretty much every situation are completely irrational. And
This
for
is
most of
boring.
us,
When
one
do
of
I
our
get the
greatest fears is
fucking
being a
shit?
huge spider that was like the
Top 5 habits of alpha males from How to Beast. Yeah. Hey, Dom. Fuck yeah. Dom is a parody of alpha males while simultaneously being the most alpha of all of these fucking douchebags. Alright, I hope this is a good one. I'm going in. This is like semi-animated. I'm putting some faith in you, man-telligence.
Gentlemen, today we're showing you
That's not even an alpha male talking to me.
help you 10 tips
Who's this guy? Your boyfriend?
To make your approach. And
He
because
looks
you want
weak.
to be 100%
Pussy?
sure. And one of the best ways to do that is to start with a simple, low-stakes game to get you warmed up and talking.
the fuck
now,
are you
who's
talking
ready to
about?
play? The goal is simple. The point of this game is to keep the pressure
Oh,
low.
I see. I thought you were like
So
challenging them
just
to a
slow things
duel or
down. Talk to
something.
whoever you
Go down the pickup artist rabbit hole. I think I've seen every shitty pickup artist that has ever existed on YouTube. That has been one of my biggest guilty pleasures. I love pickup artists on the platform. They're so good. Like, so fucking good. Kristen Valentine pickup lines. The best Christian pickup lines. This?
Oh,
Thanks,
what's
Resub
your
Absolute.
Ananias and Sapphira. Are you Sapphira because you're drop dead gorgeous?
This is 1 John.
Okay, I'm guessing this is like a skit. Best picking up girls. Best pickup lines. Best of Limitless EXP. Jesus Christ, it's double XP weekend over here at the pickup artist headquarters? And I missed it?
How's it going, guys? Also, I'm doing a giveaway at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Also, if you guys
Is he just giving away girls' numbers that he's picked up?
code real quick in
That'd be
case you
great.
guys need a video.
Oh, I know Drain Cleaning Rabbit Hole.
Excuse me, ladies? I just wanted to let you guys know that if I had $1 for every time I saw the most beautiful girl in the world, I'd have none. Dad! Mom!
God, this shit is always so bad.
Dad?
I wish that prank channels never got popular. It's just such a public nuisance. It's so fucking dumb. The only thing more pathetic than a guy who calls himself an alpha male is a guy who calls himself an alpha male and then tries to sell advice to desperate, lonely men.
Hey guys, it's your boy Fresh Prince CEO, and today we're gonna talk about all my W's. Stay tuned for it.
I love intros like these. You get some like wacky wubby dubstep kind of shit going on there with a dumb intro. It is so nostalgic, takes me right back to 2011. Anyway, this is the Fresh and Fit podcast. The entire purpose of this show is to bring women on to insult and belittle them to their face, while also preaching that men should have the right to cheat on their significant other as many times as they want, whereas their significant other isn't even allowed to look at other men. They have to go in public with like fucking horse blinders on, and if they even so much as glance at a dude, you need to kick them to the streets immediately because they're a fucking disgusting, worthless whore. It's a lot of horrible, abhorrent shit that they talk about, and I'm sure you've heard of them or seen them before because I've had so many viral clips over the last year of them getting dunked on by the guests they bring on. I'm pretty sure the two of them have a humiliation fetish, which is the reason they keep this show running. But they're also kind of like the Voldemort of YouTube, at least they were for a little bit. They used to copyright claim and copyright strike anyone that would make fun of them or joke about them, saying that it was damaging their brand or making them look silly, even though they themselves are the clowns in their own circus. They're making themselves look fucking stupid. They never actually won any of their strikes or claims or anything like that. They all got overturned. But still just absolutely cowardly pussy behavior from people that claim to be alpha males. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about Fresh and Fit as a whole or the entire production of it. I want to focus on one video they posted in particular, one that I still think back on with a little wet spot in my trousers. It's one of the most delusional things I've ever seen from a YouTube channel. It's one of the hosts that is telling a story that is completely made up, just obviously fiction. He is literally making up fanfic on par with My Immortal, in a way that makes him look like he constantly fucks. Even though I'm pretty convinced that the shorter guy here is a virgin, yet he still makes these crazy claims and stories like the one I'm about to show you.
Alright guys, so you heard my L's, marrying a single mom, getting left out in the cold, basically in the car, never came downstairs. But today we're gonna talk about my W in terms of having 3 women in one day.
Let me stop you right there. I already don't believe you. It's super hard to think that anything they say is real when they constantly make stupid fucking claims like this one.
Not to mention they've both shown themselves to be frauds time and time again.
You know, we're both triple-digit notch count. He's in the quadruples.
There is no reality in the entirety of the fucking multiverse where this man has slept with one woman, let alone over 1,000 of them. Doctor Strange could peer into an endless multiverse and never find one where this guy slept with 1,000 women. They just say a whole bunch of made-up bullshit constantly.
But I met this guy at a pool party. He's an NBA player. I won't say his name for some reasons, but you know, he's a pretty top-tier guy, high-value guy, right? I'm at the bar ordering drinks for my friends, and he says, "Yo, bro, what's a good spot to go party at tonight?" I told him, "Look, bro, you can go downtown, you can go to Brickell, Wynwood, doesn't really matter, but I'm going to downtown because it's a really good spot." And then he's like, "Yo, bro, are you on Instagram?"
And then he added me on Instagram, we became best friends, he got me a tryout with his NBA team, which I absolutely crushed and became a starter on the squad, setting NBA world records. He invited me to Thanksgiving at his parents' house, I fucked his mom, and then the whole family clapped. That would be more believable than the story he's about to tell from here.
I was like, perfect, yeah, I am. So I gave him my Instagram, and lo and behold, he followed me, he said, "Wait, you know this chick?" So he posted this girl's profile, because you can see who's following someone that you just added from like the following list. I was like, "Yeah, I know her, bro. I used to like do her back in the day." He's like, "Damn, that's my shorty want to come in town." So basically, we were smashing the same chick.
No, you weren't. The only thing you've been smashing is your meat into your hand, you liar. This story's already got more plot holes in it than Kingdom Hearts. Why would an NBA player go up to a random guy at a pool party to ask for a party later? He's clearly already connected, he found out about the pool party, so why would he go up to a complete stranger at a bar to ask for further advice on partying, and then going a step further to add him on Instagram. That just doesn't make any sense. Unless Fresh and Fit dropped to the floor and sucked his dick raw at the bar in front of everyone, why would this NBA player care to add him on Instagram? NBA players, celebrities, they don't follow like anybody at all, except for like actual close friends or business partners or something like that. So why would he add a complete stranger who he only asked one question to, where should I party? And past that, why would he then check who this new guy was following? Hey, pardon me, I couldn't help but notice that this girl that I'm piping is being followed by you. Are you that creepy stalker she has a restraining order against, or like what's the deal there? Are you guys friends? Oh, you guys used to fuck too? Alright, fist bump. We just became best friends, let's go.
So he's like, yo, dude, you know what? I'm having a mansion party, like, the next day. Come through, I got you. All this time, you know, we linked up the same night at the party spot I was going to. We connected, and funny enough, we dated the same girls, like a bunch of them. It was crazy, you know. Like we always say, me and Myron, a lot of these girls share the same high-value men, and they're around in the same circles, right?
You have the gall, the chutzpah, to sit here and insult not only the intelligence of your viewers, but insult God himself with the claim that you and the NBA player were having sex with the same women. Do you honestly expect anyone in the world to believe that? And then to have the audacity to make the claim that women go for the same high-value males? You are somehow putting yourself in the same ballpark as a fucking NBA player. You who runs one of the most laughed at podcasts on the internet since the My Little Pony fan club radio show. You think that you are a same level of high value male as an NBA player? Fucking mind-blowing.
I'm at his mansion party, right? There's like 40 girls and like 5 guys. In my head, I'm like, yo, real talk, this is crazy. Like, I've never been at a party where there's been this much girls compared to guys. So I'm like, yo, how's this gonna work? He says to me, yo, come through, bro. So he's like, yo, pick 3 that you want, and I got you. I was like, 3 that I want? Is it like a buffet? Shoot, I'll take it.
Bro, this does not sound like an NBA player. This sounds like human trafficking. Pick any 3 girls and I got you. That should be like setting off alarm bells in your head, I would think. What might have happened is some guy came up to him and lied like, yeah, I'm in the NBA, I'm also ex-Special Forces, over 500 confirmed kills, and I fuck on the daily. In fact, hourly. In fact, I'm gonna be late for a threesome right now. But yeah, anyway, just going back to Fresh and Fit lore here. So our boy is now at a mansion with 45 topless babes, big asses, sodden, dripping vaginas, and every single one of them has his name shaved into their pubic hair, I bet.
So I was like, yo, I like her, and her. He goes, talks to them, calls them over, and I kid you not, I got a bedroom for you over here, do your thing. I'm like, what the heck? Is it that easy? So what happened was, like, I talked to them real quick, they were mad cool, and legit, guys, I could have a threesome with them, but I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, yo, this is too much for me. But
far be it from me to question the math here, but it would have been a foursome, not a threesome. Unless, of course, the 3 girls fucked each other and then told you to just go far away from them, like hide in the bathroom or something, which I imagine would have happened. Also, he speaks fondly of this event, but I imagine this was one of the worst days of all 3 of those women's lives. Assuming, of course, this story is real, which it's not, I'm just suspending disbelief for a moment. Obviously, he is literally making this shit up as he goes along.
What happened was, I did my thing with one of them, came back outside, hopped in the shower real quick, talked to the other one, went back in the room later on. So basically, I had 3 girls in one night. It sounds crazy, guys, but there's a whole nother world outside of the regular dating circle where guys of high value can actually like set up certain things that regular guys can't.
What an incredible story. I can't wait for the sequel. Fresh and Fit in the Goblet of Fucking. I don't even understand the title of this video anymore. It's Pull Girls Easily, but it doesn't seem like there was anything easy about this. He met someone that claimed to be an NBA player that invited him to a mansion and then assigned 3 women to fuck him. Like, that's not exactly a lesson that can translate to most people. Of course, it's all made up and shit, but the takeaway here is basically nothing. It's a fucking nothing burger. It's this guy trying to make himself look cool and embarrassing himself.
So translate that into like my own lifestyle. Now from Instagram, I say, you know what? I can have 3 in one day. Why can't I do it myself? Learning from Deals on Demand that you guys are gonna learn if you bought the course. We're gonna re-release it soon, coming up maybe like next month. That whole setup there can be done for yourself through Instagram. or dating apps.
How is me buying your course going to help me fuck 3 times in one day? Is the course just that NBA player's phone number for his mansion of sex? Like, there's just nothing you can really teach from this story you've told here. Nothing translates. There's no lesson. You picked 3 girls that a guy then instructed to have sex with you. And it never happened in the first place, and I hate that I keep suspending disbelief for even a fraction of a second to entertain the idea that this happened in reality, when we all know it didn't. But even still, what is the takeaway? There is nothing that happened in this whole video that could help some lonely guy at all.
You can take L's all your life, you can take W's, but the point here is that, like, you can have whatever you want in this life. You made that choice. So for me, I was at a point where 3 a day was easily done through Instagram, and that's what I did.
But even in this fantasy, that's not what you did. You didn't set up 3 girls in one day through Instagram or anything like that. A guy did it for you. He fucking told them to have sex with you. You didn't talk to them through Instagram, you didn't get to know them or anything like that. Even in their own stories, they can't help but just treat women like objects. Like, yeah, he gave me 3 women to fuck. And that's why I'm the king of Instagram dating. Like, what are you talking about? It's so fucking wild. It's incredibly embarrassing. I don't know how they can post things like this and not feel any amount of shame. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this one, and that's about it. So yeah. I love TikTok finance gurus. It's this beautiful cornucopia of cringe where they offer some of the worst advice you'll ever hear. Sometimes it's even just blatant to try and make you lose as much money as possible. Other times it's to promote some kind of scam where you pay them for mumbo jumbo. That one always just blows my mind because you are actually failing step 1 of being more financially independent by just wasting money on a guy who is actually just using you as a little piggy bank to exploit by telling you things that you want to hear. Whispering sweet nothings into your ear that are going to do nothing but have you keep paying him so you can keep suckling on his bosom of nonsense. Those always fascinate me. Today I want to focus on an outrageously stupid lesson that a finance guru tried to teach recently. This comes from Grant Cardone, whom I'm not overly familiar with. I've seen a couple of his seminars because he always gets clowned on pretty much anytime he opens his mouth. I'll go ahead and show you his most infamous clip from 2 years ago.
If I made $400 grand a year, I would be embarrassed with myself as a husband, a father, basically as a human being. 400 grand. How do you make sense of $35,000 a month? You guys haven't done the math. You have not done the math because you cannot live on 400 grand a year.
Probably one of the most out-of-touch statements I've ever heard. That's up there with Ubisoft claiming that their pirate game, Bone of Thieves or something, Bone on the Water, what is it called? Skull and Bones, since they claim that that was the first quadruple A game ever made. Like, it is shocking just how delusional that statement is here from Grant Cardone. Now, I'm not dumb enough to think that he really believes that. This is one of those tough love approaches that a lot of gurus take because for some reason, some desperate men have like a humiliation kink where they want to be like talked down to and belittled. Like, you should be embarrassed as a man if you're not making 400 grand a year. Like, yeah, you're right, Grant, I really should be. Yeah, come on, keep telling me how fucking naughty I am for not making that much money. So he's just going through this grifting where it's like, if you're not making 400 grand a year, you're subhuman, you're a worm, you're pathetic, you make me sick. One of you come up here so I can beat your ass for not making 400 grand actually, please. The shit he's spouting is so over the top that I think it's pretty obvious that he doesn't actually believe any of it. $35,000 a month he claims you can't live off of. The fucking citizens of Narnia would recognize that that's a ton of money to be living off of, and they wouldn't even be familiar with our currency. So the point is, he's just saying the things he thinks people want to hear from this audience in order to try and make money off of them. Now, Grant Cardone made all of his money through real estate. He made an absolute killing, and he's a multi-millionaire now. And so he's changed his target to basically just trying to take advantage of desperate people that are looking to him to try and improve their financial security. But I'll tell you one thing, Grant Cardone is not giving you the tools to improve your financial situation. He's actually just making it worse for you because you're paying him. Like, you are losing money to get nothing in return. There's no value in any of the lessons I've ever seen him teach, especially not the one that I really want to focus on today.
Every 15-year-old kid should be doing this right now. If you're getting an allowance of $300 a month, buy a piece of real estate that pays you $30 a month. Only use the 30, don't touch the 300.
But how would a young, normal person get money?
Allowance, side jobs, side hustles. I was 14 years old. I was working every weekend. I was mowing lawns, doing whatever I could to get some extra money.
Hey, pal. You just blow in from Stupid Town? It's actually impressive just how much dog shit he was able to fit in only 20 seconds. That is an achievement, that he was able to drivel out so much trash in only 20 seconds. There's like a million things you can point out as being just blatantly wrong here. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let's perform a little colonoscopy on this. $300 a month allowance grant. Do you think that's normal? Do you think that that's the normal allowance that a child would get from their family? That is an absurdly high allowance. At that point, your family's already pretty well off. If you're getting $300 a month as a 15-year-old, why don't you just call over your butler Jeeves and ask him to grab a couple gold bricks out of the family safe? Then you've already succeeded as a millionaire. You don't even need Grant Cardone's advice on how to accomplish it. That is so fucking stupid as a number to be throwing around. But even setting aside that unrealistic pipe dream of an allowance as a 15-year-old at $300 a month, let's just say somehow you had that. Grant, as a 15-year-old, how are you going to start investing in real estate with $300 a month? You're never going to get approved for a loan as a 15-year-old that is getting $300 a month as an allowance. It's not even tied to a fucking job. So good luck finding any reputable place that's going to give you a loan for real estate. You are also 15 years old, so you can't even legally purchase real estate without someone co-signing with you. And $300 a month isn't a lot to start looking for real property. That's at best maybe like a $45,000 property that you could maybe get access to under the most unrealistic of circumstances. You're better off finding the Lucky Charms mascot's pot of gold than you are finding a house, any property at all, for $45,000 in America right now with the way the housing market is. That just doesn't fucking exist. But you know what? We'll continue to inhabit this ninth dimensional fucking wonderland that Grant Cardone's brain seems to be trapped in. Let's say you found it. You're not getting a loan. At $300 a month, you're going to have to do a down payment on this property, and that down payment's probably going to be multiple thousands of dollars, which you're not going to have from the $300 a month unless you had already previously saved up for a couple of years beforehand to afford this down payment. You can't do this. It's impossible. It's actually impossible. And Grant Cardone is a real estate multimillionaire. He knows this, but he thinks everyone that follows him is a stupid fucking bumbling Neanderthal. And he might be right, I guess, if anyone actually thinks this is legitimate advice that he spouts out of his fucking mouth. This is so foul. It's so wrong. It's unbelievable. I also hate that so many kids see this, and I bet there's a not small number of them that actually think this is what they should be doing, being told that this is what every kid needs to do in order to make money. And maybe one day down the road, against all the odds, a 15-year-old does actually succeed and become a landlord. My heart breaks whatever family has to deal with that nightmare, that hell. In between tilted tower drops on Fortnite and playing Roblox with the squad, he then goes and collects money from his tenants. Oh, God, that's so miserable to even think is a possibility. But in Grant's world, he thinks that's what kids should be doing. It's actually incredible how often the financial guru advice boils down to step 1, start rich, or step 1, don't be poor. And he's even brainwashed his own daughter. Like, she does some videos on his TikTok page, and I'm not here to like insult her or anything. It's definitely not her fault. She's like 15 years old, but her father has really convinced her that this is like a normal thing that every kid has access to. So she posted a video about how she's going to be a millionaire before she's 20, and gave advice to kids her own age on how to accomplish a similar feat.
I'm gonna be a millionaire before I'm 20, and this is how. I work for my dad's company. I have a contract with them, and I get paid every month. That money then goes into real estate, where I get some passive income I get to go spend.
I'm just gonna stop it right there because the entire tutorial is I work for my dad's company. That's how I'm going to be a millionaire by the time I'm 20. And it's not like she really works for the company. She gets an allowance from her father, which is like 50 grand a year, at least according to TikTok, where he's giving her like bonuses based on performance of TikTok videos. So the advice is literally be born to a rich family. Like, that's not something most people can follow. 99% of the population is going to fail step 1 there because they literally can't just work for their dad's multi-million-dollar company. It's not feasible. And yet, this entire page, Grant Cardone's entire online career is built around selling this kind of nonsensical idea. Oh, it's so easy, everyone can be rich, just give me money and I'll unlock the secrets for you. And then the secret is basically, hey, don't be poor. Invest in real estate at 15 years old with your $300 a month allowance. What, you guys weren't doing that already? It's so easy. Come on. But anyway, I just wanted to shoot some spitballs at Grant Cardone a little bit here today. That's really about it. See ya. Here, I'll check this out when I fill up my water and take a piss. I love the quote on that. I'll smack you, tit boy. What does that mean? There's a lot of layers in that onion to peel apart. Let's see what this is. I don't know who Wes Watson is, but I'm very curious to see what he does to tit boy.
How do you define success? What does that mean for you?
Success is, you know, being free, being able to do what I want to do every day when I wake up.
Wrong. Success is how much pussy you get. Duh, idiot. Where's Wes Watson? Set everyone straight here. Is this him?
No vices. That means no drugs, no alcohol, no bullshit. You don't have to hide behind nothing. I mean, what's rich? I mean, you get to do what the fuck you want. I don't.
Is this Wes Watson? Is this the right guy? Let me see. Or is this Tit Boy? Who's who here? Okay, that is Wes Watson. Didn't he just say no drugs? Brother, gear is a drug too, you know that, right? No drugs, except for the ones I do. No vices, except for the ones I do. This guy probably actually did have gynecomastia at some point. So he is literally Tit Boy.
Ash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off
I've been-
and tell me you're fucking proud
Because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking...
Oh, well, I gotta rewind. I always love that. Pull your shirt off! Show me your body! And let me touch it a little bit. Because you're probably not proud of it.
Are you proud? If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off
I've
and
been-
tell me you're fucking proud
Because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking prison?
Jesus Christ,
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison?
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No, they go to prison where they get fucking...
Fuck yeah,
where
they
get
do.
raped up the ass.
You've never been to prison. Look,
That's
you talk
what
about shit
happens.
you don't know.
They go to prison.
This is a crazy
You
argument.
get your ass
Hold on,
beat
hold
in
on,
front
hold
of
on.
You think that
everybody.
that's better?
Guys,
You think that that's
okay.
better?
Let's let him... Yeah.
Titties.
Anyway.
Who do you think would win? In what?
Boobs.
Yeah. Okay.
A fight? This guy would probably win. He's got that roid rage psychopath energy. This guy would get snapped in half, no doubt. But if we're talking about like a lactation contest, this guy he's harping on the titties of would not win. It would be this guy. This guy's got so much gear in his body, his tits probably lactate all the time by pure accident. This guy's probably got a pump in his fridge. So it just depends on what kind of fight they're having. If you want to be a true alpha male, not this embarrassing caricature of one, then you have to get yourself the new GamerSupps Waifu Cup of Me that just dropped. That's right, it's finally here. The Moist Waifu Cup has finally arrived. It's available right now at gamersupps.gg. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's guaranteed to be the best possible cup you've ever had in your life. Big thanks to GamerSupps for making this chalice here. I am honored to be represented as a big-tittied waifu. It's been long overdue, and I think it came out extraordinary.
But anyway, if you want...
Fuck yeah.
If you want to follow the successful mantra of a man who tells you he's reformed from prison, understand why they might have gone there to begin with. And
To take
yes,
care of a
I
family.
do think...
What did he go to prison for? To take care of his family? Isn't that the opposite? You were not there for your family if you were in prison. I went to prison because I was such a good dad. That's why I went. He went undercover. Oh, wow, he spent a decade in prison. Holy shit. I thought it was going to be like a, I don't know, like 6-month stint in prison. No, this guy went to jail for 10 years. What did he do? That must have been heinous. During his 10 years in and he actually uses this as a selling point for himself. During his 10 years in California prison, West began building an Instagram presence while behind bars. Well, what did he go to jail for? Then he talks about becoming a millionaire within 18 months after being released. Is that it? It was 10 years in prison for robbery, burglary, assault, and battery. Oh, what? Tough Guy's got his Instagram account privated? What's going on with that? He's got 1.2 million followers, though. Why is his Instagram private, though? That's not ripped, rare, and rich. I'm sure all the followers are real people, too, and not bots. I have no doubt. No, it's definitely not a purchased account. If anyone's curious, though, for how he became a millionaire within 18 months of being released from prison, he did it because he exploited you. the desperate, gullible men that are purchasing his shit and saying that it's worthwhile. You think this guy somehow found the ways to make money in jail for 10 years for beating people and robbing them? Yeah, I'm sure he's got a fucking fountain of knowledge to bestow upon you. He just found the easiest way of making money in the modern age, which is telling desperate men that they're losers, and the only way they'll stop being a loser is if they give him money. That's it. That's the shocking secret to how he became a millionaire. Charlie, he invented docking and copyrighted it. True, actually, maybe that is what it is. He brought docking into the mainstream.
True wealth is having a wife, and true wealth, that is what I think it is. And that is what I think truly success is being able to go home and look your family in the face and know that you're doing everything you can to support them. That's
then
what
when
I
you
think
go to the
success
beach
is.
with your family, they're like, there's my stud dad right there standing there.
Do you have
That's literally his whole life. Holy shit, that is so sad. His whole life is his body. Which is going to give out within the next 15 years from his overusage of gear. That's so sad. That is so fucking sad. This guy is 10x the insecurity of this man. Oof. That is actually all he can say. What an absolute fucking weenie. Yeah.
That stud right there with his shirt off.
Do you have children?
Look at that stud.
Do you have children?
I do have children.
How many?
I have 2.
You have 2. So, are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything
If
else
they
is
saw me
worth more
standing
than your
there, they'd be
children?
like, my dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the table. Look how hard this guy works. He came from nothing to this.
Yeah.
He's, God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining.
That
and
is
just
a
make an
product.
argument.
I will smack your fat ass.
So you're gonna.
Dude,
All right.
look
Let's
at
just.
your goddamn self.
Okay.
Oh man, this is much worse than I thought it would be for this guy. Yikes. Eek. Eek. I'm sure his children are so proud. My dad's a superstar. Look at him melt down on this fucking podcast about this guy. All because his body isn't as exploited with gear as my dad's. I'm so happy. My pop is the best. Oh, he only spent the first 10 years of my life in jail. What do you mean? He's a great dad.
This is not what men look like.
Let's let him
What do they
finish
look
his
like?
point.
Fucking shit.
What do they look like? Bald prisoners? Is that what they look like?
This is the problem in society. If you're like this, think they could talk to someone like me like that.
You started it, goofball. Oh my god, he's getting. This is why he privated his Instagram account now. I see. Oh my, he's getting destroyed.
That's what the show is supposed to be about. I like this shit. So personally, I enjoy it.
Yeah, it looks like you enjoy it. Private account.
Yeah, we can have
we
a.
can move on, but Jesus Christ, men don't have tits.
Thanks for your sub, Jan.
Physically,
Men usually have hair. We can agree on
that
that too.
He has
Physically.
crossed over gender barriers.
Right.
That guy actually only has a single thought in his mind at any given time. My body versus that body. My body better. My body use all kind of HGH substances. Thus I win. And he can't process anything else.
Need some other little fucking lame douche over there.
Oh man.
I'll still answer the question. Is giving someone an expensive watch?
Would any of you guys really hang out with these guys?
This is not an
This guy is having. This guy. This guy's fucking awesome. What an effective clown. I've never heard of Wes Watson before. I need to look more into this. Master your mind and body. Meanwhile, this guy just throws a temper tantrum like a child who can only say one thing, like, your body's yucky. I went to jail for 10 years, so what? Would you hang out with these guys? Oh, this is cute. On his website, he had a little bit of hair. Oh, so here we go. He used to be a marijuana dealer. And it looks like he was sentenced to jail for what Chatter mentioned earlier with like the robbery, assault, burglary, whatever, all of that. But he used to be a dealer. So I'm guessing... I still haven't seen exactly what the case was. But I'm guessing it was something about like a deal gone bad, maybe? I don't really know. I thought so. Okay. So the... This is so crazy. I think this is right. So, the person he's currently dating is the woman who had that very viral plane meltdown and then got offered a porn deal. So His current girlfriend is this lady, I'm pretty sure. At least according to the articles that I was coming up and reading about this lady.
I did nothing wrong. No, you shut the up. You shut the up and your bitch. You shut the film me. I'm Instagram famous, you bum. Shut the up.
It's crazy. That's a perfect match. That is a perfect match. Two insufferable people dating each other. You couldn't script that any better. Did she take the porn deal too? That would be the cherry on top of the Wes Watson shit cake. This is so interesting. Hold on, one more thing I want to look up that I saw pop up briefly when looking into Wes Watson. Just, sorry. And then we'll get back to him screaming about whatever the fuck he's melting down about, shaking his fist at the clouds. Your body isn't as ripped as mine, clouds. You have no right here. Okay. So what I saw come up is that he also has a podcast, but that doesn't seem correct. It looks like he was a guest on a podcast, and it was called How to Date a Bad Bitch. And it's him talking about dating that plain lady that was melting down. Alright, sorry, I stopped looking up shit on the side here for side quests. Let's see what else he has to say.
Jesus Christ.
They're skilled at some things.
Whoever fucking said that.
Hang on. That bass guy right there just said, hell yes, shut up. That's fucking hilarious. You're awesome.
Different guys on the panel.
This is why most people don't invite me places.
Guys. Different guys on the panel.
That's so sad.
No.
Have different skills.
Yeah, that is so sad. Why would you say that? This is why I don't have any friends. Man, I don't have any friends. Look how quiet he gets after saying that, too.
We could tell his tits are all jiggling.
God, that's actually all he's got.
Hey, bro, your toupee, it's still back there in the back. Go get it.
I shaved my head, you little faggot.
Are you sure they...
Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
Guys.
I want to see these guys' women. Let's put these trolls back here.
Women are not objects in our world because we're not material.
Hey, Wes, I don't think you want to play that game, brother. Your woman went viral for being an insufferable asshole that everyone clowned on, and she got offered to do porn. Like, brother, you don't want to play that game. You really don't. This guy super sucks. He talks about how he used to be a huge drug-dealing kingpin who lived in big mansions, but the reality is he sold a little bit of weed and slept on his friend's couch. No, that's the propaganda that they're feeding you. He really was... No, dude, this guy, Wes Watson, he really did live in the biggest mansions, fuck the baddest bitches, sell the dopest weed. You got your facts mixed up.
We're gonna move on.
Cry if you want,
we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
He's still going. He's so hurt.
We're gonna move on.
That's all you got is threats.
We're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna move on.
No, it looks like they calmed him. Well, calmed him down is the wrong word. It looks like he ran out of words in his head. So then he blue screened in his brain. What an interesting guy. He's like if you tried to have someone do their best to be Dan Bilzerian, but without the actual money. Just taking like core personality traits and rolling them up into one guy who's battling his inner demons of insecurity. He's trying so fucking hard to put on the persona. He's more like a D-list Liver King. Liver King tries to be like wholesome. Like Liver King, he's just a scammer. This guy is both a scammer and an insufferable asshole who projects his insecurities onto every single living being with a pulse, it seems. And then privates his Instagram account when people tell him that he's a loser. That was interesting. That did lead to a new discovery here of the Wes Watson rabbit hole. I looked more into his arrest. He basically got arrested for beating up and robbing a low-level weed dealer at a random motel. Brother, that's not what happened. I don't know what kind of fucking woke news sources you're reading. Wes Watson, he marched out into Gotham by himself and took on Penguin's entire gang, upturned that bitch, and stole all their product, and eventually Commissioner Gordon had him thrown behind bars. That's what happened. And he did it for his family. That was pretty cool. That was pretty fucking awesome. For decades now, nay, for centuries, men have always wondered, how do you respond when an alpha male insults you? A question that has plagued the minds of the masculine brain for too long, and today I found the answers on a pickup artist forum page. Now, most of you know, I love pickup artistry. I think it is the most pure cringe. It's like a new element for the periodic table of just like this condensed cringe that is truly just a unique blend of delusion, patheticness, desperation, and loneliness all rolled into one fine joint that I love to smoke. So if you don't know what pickup artists are, it's men that read these guides, buy these courses on how to pick up women in the field. So in real life, how to approach women with pickup lines and get laid. And it has pretty much a 0% success rate for the majority of pickup artists, which makes it so fun. And it's of course extremely creepy, but it's hard not to laugh at it. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is a post that I was made aware of from 2010 on a big pickup artist forums site. And it's all about how to respond when an alpha male insults you. This is vintage cringe. List down insults you have heard and we'll find cool answers to them so you're prepared when alpha males try to make fun of you. Like this. Insult. Why do you smell funny? Answer. It's called soap. Don't think you've ever smelt it before. And then in parentheses, this is your indicator. You don't want to say this out loud. This is just notes for you. Make a big smile and tongue mouth. I don't know what that tongue mouth means. Do you stick your tongue in his mouth so you just fucking French kiss him? Why do you smell funny? It's called soap. And you just get in there. I don't know what tongue mouth means. Maybe that's early mewing. This may have been mewing before it was cool. I'm not sure. But yeah, basically you say it's called soap and then you hit him with none of these and then like that, I guess. Now, I'm not exactly an alpha male, but I imagine that you'd probably get your ass beat if you did that, because it'd be creepy. And it'd probably be ruled self-defense because you came at him with that, psychopath energy with that response. Now, it's written like a fourth grader came up with this. Why do you smell funny? What kind of adult would ever say that to somebody, to be honest? They'd probably just say, you stink or you smell like shit, not, why do you smell funny? But you want to know what's wild is I know it's not a child that wrote this, because all of these pickup artists back in their heyday were early to mid 20s, sometimes early 30s. So this is a grown adult that came up with this. Dude's just stewing in his swamp ass in his room, coming up with these imaginary scenarios with insults and then theory crafting the optimal response to it. And he comes up with this zinger. It's called soap. God, that's lame. He was probably one of the lead writers on the new Saints Row game. That's that quality of writing. Continuing forward, insult. Wow, what an ugly t-shirt. Answer. Yeah, that can be fixed, but your face can't. Bang, bang, and then everyone that's in the vicinity just starts clapping, going, ooh. A male tries to make fun of you by saying something like, oh, you're so cool, or you look like... insert funny man, creature, whatever. Good answers could be, I wish I could get even half as funny as you one day, and then ignore him. Or, aw, look at him trying to be funny. And now he takes his bow saying, bring him on, welcoming the rest of the pickup artist community to contribute some of their own insults and answers. These are pretty powerful, so I hope you've got your pen and paper out to be taking notes on these in case you ever need to unleash them. I don't know where these insults are coming from. These aren't insults I think anyone has said for the last 50 years to another human being. What kind of alpha male is going to say, wow, what an ugly t-shirt? I can't picture Chad Fuckhammer out of the blue walking down the street, seeing a pickup artist and being like, wow, what an ugly t-shirt. No, who does that? Where? In what fantasy? I just really don't think this is happening. There's not this secret war between the alpha chads and the pickup artists. But even in this fantasy land, the pickup artists are making themselves the losers there too. with the chads saying your shirt's ugly, or you look like weird creature, or whatever. It is actually sad, and I've said this before. Pickup artistry used to be a huge movement. Luckily, it's died out very much over the last few years, but back in the 2010s, so many young men bought into it, bought courses and all kinds of guides and shit. It was like the early looks maxing, but for getting laid through the worst advice and the creepiest lines you could ever possibly imagine. So I have no doubt that this guy here is one of those individuals that really bought into it hook, line, and sinker, and hopefully 14 years later they have realized that that was just a cringy period of their life and they have grown from it. That's what I'm praying for. Now, the rest of the comments don't really play into, like, here's an insult, here's an answer. They're mainly saying, like, if an alpha male insults you, just brush it off. You're better without that kind of stress anyway. But there are a couple that do give you some kind of insult and comeback, like this post. I agree with the others. You shouldn't feel the need to rage/give a comeback. Answer to the others, not him. If you have to, I would playfully correct the "you're fat" response. Again, what I'm reading here feels like it's out of like an old cartoon or something, with like a cartoonishly douchey bully that just all the time is shoving the main character into the locker saying, your shirt's ugly, fatso, or whatever. Get out of the hallway, stupid face. So that's the kind of energy here. I don't think any of this is happening to any of the posters. Hopefully not. I hope they're not getting bullied like this, and that's what's like the catalyst to these posts. But anyway, insult, you're fat, or whatever. Comeback, playfully, haha, well, you're ugly. I can lose weight. Small pause where you look serious, then break into a playful smile and loosen up. It's like stage directions in theater class. Maybe they're all like classically trained thespians, perhaps. I'm not really sure, but this is so interesting. Like, imagine you're trying to like recall these steps if someone says you're fat and you're like, you're ugly, I can lose weight. Oh, I forgot the small pause. Okay, then break out into a small, playful smile, loosen up. No, just kidding, dude. You're great. Pat on the shoulder to lower his social value, then turn to the group like nothing happened. How does patting someone on the shoulder lower their social value? Do you have the cheese touch? You just reach over, pat him on the shoulder, and he's like, no! My social value, no! Like, starts melting. I don't get what this means. Like, this whole scenario is very peculiar. So it's in a group setting, and someone in the group just points to you and says, you're fat? Who would do that? The group must hate that person. They must not be like a friend to the group. I couldn't really understand what this one meant, but I really like the way that it's worded. So it's quoting some other post in here. However, if a target insults you, it's always beneficial to be witty in a cocky/funny way. I like how they refer to the alpha male as a target, making it seem like it's an assassination mission or something like this, like you're Agent 47. And this pickup artist quote responds to that message saying, unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Where am I? Pardon? I'm gonna need some more clarification. What does that mean? Unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Is that a euphemism? Like, what am I missing out on? A shit test? You're submitting stool samples now? Or maybe, like, unless you're in a public restroom and you're shitting, and then the only way you win is by pretending you don't hear the person shitting. What does it mean? Am I overthinking it? I don't understand. I sat here racking my brain for at least 10 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck that could possibly mean, and I've got nothing. So putting this entire riddle together, however, if a target insults you, it's always beneficial to be witty in a cocky/funny way. Unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Initially, I thought maybe it was some kind of War Games reference, the only winning move is not to play, but that doesn't really fit because what is the shit test in that equation? Are we talking about actual poop? Like real feces poop? I don't know. I don't know what it means. I can't implement this one. The alpha males are going to eat me alive. I can't follow these directions. You know what else I can't follow? Is this fanfic. This is the most outrageous nonsense story ever constructed. This is in the same forum post about like the insults and the comebacks. They're giving an anecdote here. I was in the field today with a friend of mine because he's a pickup artist soldier on the front lines. We were sitting and these two girls are staring at us. After finishing my milkshake, we went over there. My friend said, "Hey, what do you think of my friend?" Me. "I know, totally wrong approach, but you can always try." Sunglass emoji. Then she said, "He is ugly." My response, "I'm sorry, I don't think that it isn't going to work out between us because you are too arrogant." When their jaws finally touched the ground, we walked away. Evil emoji. Mwahaha. I never talked to such a bitch, but I still wonder why they were looking the whole time. Of every story ever told, That's definitely one of them. What a lot to process. So they were drinking milkshakes, and there were some girls staring at them, so they go over and say, "What do you think of my friend?" And they say, "He's ugly." So he says that it won't work out between them because she's too arrogant, and for some reason that put their jaws on the floor in shock. So then they walked away, doing an evil Joker laugh, mwahahaha, like Mandark from Dexter's Lab. Pretty cool story with a very strong positive message buried deep within there somewhere, I'm sure. Hopefully this has been helpful to those of you out there that are being preyed upon by the alpha males. Hopefully this gives you the tools to fight back with witty comebacks. That's about it. See ya.